Hello, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Please ensure to like, share, and subscribe. And also click the bell notification in the top right-hand corner to be made aware anytime I upload tutorials or videos to YouTube. All right, let's craft together. All right, guys, so I've had a lot of people to ask about the flower that I made in using the shadow box for my mom for Mother's Day. So you can see here on my screen, this is the flower that I'm using. And when you click on the ellipsis, the three little dots, it gives you the flower number. And if I highlight this and Control C, and let's just say I go out of it, and then I go back to image. If I just paste that in and search, it will locate that flower number. So that's all you need to locate the actual flower. So I'm going to go ahead and say add to canvas. And it will add that flower for me. So give me 1 second here. So if you want to use the flower in the size that it comes up initially, then you don't have to make any changes to it here. You could just go ahead and, work with it as is. But if you want to make the flower larger, all you have to do is either just click on it and use the little up down arrow here and make it larger. You do want to stay within the confines of whatever size cardstock you're working with. So if you have an 8.5 by 11, this is not going to work. So you want to keep it less than the 8.5. So I would say, if you wanted to do like an 8, then it's going to automatically resize the height, but you can automatically type over that. So let's unlock the proportions here, and we're just going to say 8 by 8. So this is the flower size that we'll be working with. It's an 8 by 8. All right. So with this, you click on, we're just going to tell it we're only going to make one flower, but you can make multiples. So we're going to hit make it. And there's your flower. All you have to do is just click on continue in the bottom right corner. Now I'm using cardstock that's 65 pounds. And so that would fall up under light cardstock. To find light cardstock, you would just go browse all material. In the search field, you're going to type in cardstock and search. And there's your light cardstock, which is the 65 pound. Okay, so you click that and you hit done. And now it's got your base material is set to light cardstock. And we don't need to change the pressure here. And you don't want anything in clamp A. You want to have your fine point blade in clamp B. And then you're going to press the little up down arrow to load your mat once you get your cardstock on your mat. And then you'll just go ahead and cut it out. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to load my cardstock, and then I'm going to do a quick tutorial showing you how to use the quilling tool. All right, so give me one moment here, and I'm going to go ahead and cut this out, and then I'm going to come on screen. All right, guys, this is the flower that I've had cut out. I'm just going to pull off the excess here, and we will get started with how to roll it. All right, so we just have our flower, left behind. And I'm going to go ahead and peel that up off of the mat. This one is pretty thick. And I have a quilling tool this time. So the last time I told you that I could not locate the quilling tools in the craft stores. So I ordered this off of Amazon. And the process is going to be the same as what I showed you when we did the paper flowers for the Mother's Day. This quilling tool, you probably can't see it, but it has a little slit in between the metal piece here. And you're just going to take and you're going to slide your cardstock in between that metal. And I don't have my glasses on, so y'all just bear with me. All right, so you can see the quilling tool is holding it on both sides, okay? And the cardstock is in between the metal piece, okay? And then once you get it in there, you're gonna start turning. So I like to keep, everybody turn theirs the other way, but I like to turn mine so that my flat side is where my left hand is, because I like to use my left hand to keep it flat. So now that I have it, the quilling tool gripping the cardstock, I'm going to start to turn. And I want to make sure, and you want to make sure, that you keep this part, the straight edge of it, you want to make sure you keep it flat and aligned around the entire flower. And the reason I like to spin mine this way is so that the top part of the flower that I don't have to worry about lining up can cover up this part, but my left hand can help to keep this part flat, which you'll have a hard time doing it if you do it the opposite direction or the opposite way. So I'm just going to, I think my cord came loose here, or my tube came loose. So let me go back in here. Don't panic. I always tell you guys, don't panic. Don't panic. Just keep going. You can do it. If my old eyes will work with me here, because these old eyes ain't what they used to be. All right, so here we go. I'm just going to keep rolling. And keep rolling. Now, just like with the bobby pin method that I showed you and the reversible tweezers, once you get it going, you don't have to keep this quilling tool on here the whole time. You really don't. Matter of fact, I'm going to pull it out since I got it tight from the beginning, and then I'm just using my hands to continue rolling it. Okay, just using my fingers, making sure that that bottom part, if you guys can see it, that bottom part is flat. The straight side is flat as I roll. And I'm still keeping it tight. And this flower is different than the flower I used the last time, I will say that, because the other one was a little bit thinner as far as the petals. This one is thicker. But I got a great idea that I'm going to be using these quilling tools for, and I cannot wait to show that to you guys. So I'm going to work on that after this. And as always, I want you to stay tuned for the tutorial, because it's going to be something that you're going to want to do. So you can see we're nearing the end. We got this part here flat. Right here, you want to keep that flat and just continue to spin or turn it around, however you want to call it or say it. And you want this bottom piece, once you get it all around, you're going to use this bottom piece to cover the bottom of your flower. Now it looks like it's not that big, but that's only because I have it really, really tight here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let it go. and now our flower has bloomed. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to push it down so all of it is still laying flat. And we're going to use this part right here to cover the bottom where we're going to glue it. So I have my hot glue gun going here. And I just want to get this to where it's all flat and all said and done. So I want you guys to be able to see it here. Okay, so we're going to be gluing the bottom here. We're going to hot glue. Let me turn it that way so you can see it. We're going to hot glue this bottom. So I'm going to hold it just like that. And I'm going to take my glue gun and I'm going to start gluing it. And you want to be generous with that glue because you really want it to hold together. And I keep saying note to self, I need to get more glue sticks, and then I don't go and buy more. And you can see I'm really down to the wire on my glue sticks. On my glue sticks. Okay, so I got a generous amount of glue on here. I'm going to turn it around so you can see it in 1 second. Okay, so I have a generous amount of glue, hot glue on there. And I'm just going to pull that petal right there down. And then I'm going to take and put this on the bottom. And I remember I told you, don't worry about how that bottom looks because it's going to be covered up anyway. So there is our flower. And then I'm going to show you how we can open this up to make it look like it's blooming, baby. So you just want to take the petals and just kind of pull backwards on each one of the petals to kind of open it up some. I kind of ripped that one. And there we have it. We have our nice little flower. That's all gorgeous. So you can use this, guys, to put on cards. You can put them in shadow boxes like I showed you. Let me pull this up. You can put it in shadow boxes like I showed you. There's so many different things that you can use this for in all types of art and designs. So I'm going to show you a flower that I made earlier today using that same template. But I took and I spray painted it. So you can see that this was initially orange, okay? I spray painted it red. Then I added some glue to it. And then I put glitter on top of it. So you guys can see how pretty that turned out. So I'm giving it a chance to finish drying on that side because it was really wet. And then I'm going to spray paint that part red as well. So I think this turned out really pretty. I hope you guys can get the true colors there. But this is going to be gorgeous. Once I get that side spray painted red, it's going to be really gorgeous. Okay. And some of the glitter is still coming off there, but for the most part, it is intact. So now you can see the difference in that flower and this flower. Now this flower, we did an 8 by 8. This flower I did 11 by 11.5 by 11.5. So I used a piece of 12-inch cardstock, 12 by 12 cardstock on this one. And you saw we used 8.5 by 11 on this one. Okay. So that's why this one is bigger than this one is. Okay. But we got them both taped on the bottom. So you don't have to worry about anything showing or leaking out. But I think they're both absolutely gorgeous. Now, you can take your flowers, because I'm going to kind of play around with it. Y'all know how I like to, be a little bit adventurous. So I'm going to take and I'm going to use spray paint on a couple of these just to see, what I get when I do that. But get adventurous, to kind of change the colors up a little bit, and see what you come up with, like I did with this orange flower that you will never know was orange once I go in and spray paint that backside. So I used, this is a colonial red, and it says it also bonds to plastic, but this is what I used to spray paint it. This is the Rust-Oleum American Accents 2-time Ultra Cover. So that's what I used to spray paint this flower red, and then I added some blue and some green and purple glitter while it was wet. I put that glitter on there, okay? And that way I could ensure that it sticks. So once this finished drying a little bit better, I'm going to flip it upside down, and then I'm going to spray paint it red so that the whole thing is red. So I just wanted to do a quick video. And for those of you that want to see the complete process done with the bobby pin or done using the reversible tweezers, which are these, then you can see the video that I did on the Mother's Day shadow box with paper flowers. That's the last video tutorial that I did before this one, okay? So I'm going to stop here, and that is it. So this time I use the quilling tool. So now I've shown you how to use the quilling tool. You can get these on Amazon. It was a set. It came with 14 different pieces, and eventually I'll do a tutorial on all the different shapes that you can make with these quilling tools, because you can do other designs with your paper besides just these flowers that I've shown you so far. And you also have this piece here that will help you. You stick the quilling tool up in there like that, and then you put the cardstock on there, and then you roll the quilling tool like that to roll your flower. So I'll show you, give you a quick demo right here. So if I wanted to do like a really, really small, if I wanted to do a small roll or flower, then I put that inside my quilling tool. You guys see it's inside the quilling tool. And then you just take it and you start spinning your quilling tool around just like that. I'm just holding the edge of the paper. And then when you get to the end, you just glue, pull out your quilling tool. And now you have this little piece here. And I'm going to try to hot glue this without burning myself. But that little tab right there on the end, hopefully you guys can see that. There's a little tab of paper left right there. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue. And I'm going to use my paintbrush to close it. But normally you would just use a quick drying clear glue. I would not recommend hot glue to do this, but I'm going against what I say. And then once you get that glued, which you know it's going to glue fast, then you can kind of shape it into whatever kind of shape you want. So now I could take these little petals like that, and I could make like 6 of these and make it into the shape of a flower. Okay, so it's different things that you can do with this quilling tool, different designs that you can do. A lot of times we want like the confetti type stuff. We could take this and kind of do that on here with the quilling tool. So I'm going to take and I'm just going to spin it and kind of get that cute little twirl on there. But I'm going to play around with it, and I'm going to do a tutorial on how you can use all these different quilling tools and the different shapes that you can make. Okay, so stay tuned, because the one I'm going to show you is going to be one that I think everybody's going to want to do. All right, so that's it, guys, on the quilling tool. Let me unplug this glue gun before I forget and end up with a fire. All right, so don't forget to unplug your glue guns, guys, when you're done with them, and don't burn yourself. That being said, if you're currently in my Facebook group, Kendors's Cricut and Creative Crafters, I want to thank you guys so much for following me on Facebook. And if you're not and you would like to join my Facebook group, I put tutorials up. I try to do them weekly. Sometimes I do one a week, sometimes I do two. It just depends on how I feel, but I constantly keep you engaged with different things that you can do. Craft wise, it's not all about Cricut and a cutting machine. But you can send me a Facebook group request to Candoris's Cricut and Creative Crafters. Um, if you're currently subscribed to my YouTube channel, thank you guys so much for the support via YouTube. And if this is your first time seeing me and you like my method of teaching, then please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you guys will, I would appreciate it very much if you will click that bell notification so that you can be made aware anytime I upload tutorials to YouTube so that you can keep growing with Candoris. Okay. All right, guys, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. Paper flowers. I have fallen in love. I'm thinking of all the creative ways that I can create these flowers. I'm thinking about when I finish this one, getting a clear case and putting it in that clear case so that it could be displayed and send this along with the other ones to my mom. Um, I think I put my case up, but anyway, you guys can see the tutorial on the shadow box that I made for my mom with paper. I put 16 paper flowers inside that 8x8 shadow box, so you can check that out. I'll try to link it here. I'm not good with linking tutorials, but I'll try to link it on this video so that you'll have direct access to it. All right, guys. But Facebook, send me a Facebook group request to Candoris's Cricut and Creative Crafters. That's my um, Facebook group. It is a private group, so which is closed, which means that you do have to request to join. Okay, and then please, please, please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. All right, guys, that's my story. I'm sticking to it, and as always, you know my motto is each one reach one, so that each one can teach one. And you guys have a great day. Bye.